Welcome back to the Medalist Golf Club. Richard Pyatt here with Lowell Weaver, General Manager at the Medalist. Our private tour continues. This is number 10, and let me just let you get a shot of this because you can see there's a little bit of a hazard on the right, or on the left rather.
On the left, yep.
Yeah,
yep.
So, right, left, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dog leg left, but you don't want to cut the corner.
Yeah, so yeah, there's this hazard here, but in theory, we can clear that and land on the fairway. That's the way I'm envisioning it.
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah. This is a very tough golf hole, especially the tee shot. And like it's a dog leg left, and you said you could clear it. So what you need to do when you're standing on the tee, whether it be whichever tee you're playing, is figure out how far you want to cut it.
Yep.
Because the more you can cut off, the shorter your second shot, but also the more risk you have of not being able to find your ball. So it's one of those things that you just got to be careful and make sure you pick the right spot.
Yeah, and in my case, of course, I'd probably be trying to be somewhat shallow and stay to the right and not wallop it, just to be careful, because some of us will do that. We'll want to wallop and go far, but that backfires sometimes.
Yeah, your ego gets in the way, doesn't it? Yeah. So for me, I hit a draw, so it's a little bit easier for me because I can kind of follow the contour of the hole a little bit, hopefully. There's a lot of pines on the right, and the 9th hole is to the right of this shot. So I've always joked about having the yardage for the 10th green on the 9th hole and the 9th green on the 10th hole, because that's the miss on both holes, is the opposite sides. But so you gotta be careful not to hit up in the pines, because it's a really tough shot up there too. So this golf hole, especially like some of the other ones we talked about, is getting your tee shot in play. It's really all that matters. If you get it in play, there's no big numbers. You survive the hole and move on. So it's a tough hole. All you want to do is survive this hole. If you get by it, then you're in great shape. So yeah, you're not trying to hit birdies on this one.
All right, so we'll try to get in play right now here on number 10.
Sounds good.
Oh, wow. So remember a minute ago when Lowell said you really can confuse 9 and 10, and sometimes people do that? Here I am. Just did it. Here we are in the fairway of 9.
You proved the point, didn't you?
I did. You put it in the universe. It came right to me. Here's the ball. This is actually the 9th fairway here. So now I have a job to do, trying to get back to where we belong.
Right. And that's the good thing about this. You have two options now. You can try to just hit it, punch it back into the 10th fairway.
Yeah.
Or you can play down number 9, get to the end of the fairway, which is by the tee, and then there's like a little bit of a cross area there where you can kind of go back to 10 that way.
Oh.
There's two problems with going down number 9. One is people are hitting golf balls at you off of number 9. But so it's really there again. It's wherever you feel comfortable with. You're better off, you think, just to punch it back over the trees or under the trees back to the fairway. You can, or you can play it down 9 and then cut across the 10 from there. So you get your choice on that one.
I tend to feel a little self-conscious going the wrong way on the hole, and in somebody's way, I'll feel like. So I'll probably just try to go back over where we belong.
Sounds good.
And you're going to come along for the ride on this.
Shot.
Lovely.
Nice save.
So remember when Lowell said we should just play 9 over and over again back on 9? I'm beginning to think you were right about that.
Especially when you got to play this one. This is a tough one.
Wow. Yeah, this one's been giving me a little trouble. And this terrain here is pretty interesting now.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we talk about, different levels of play and what you're confident with. We're still a little ways from the green, but if you're not confident in chipping with a sand wedge or anything like that, and you got nothing between here and the hole, Richard's going to putt this, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you have more confidence in that, you have a choice of what you want to do. He's going to putt it from here. I'm going to chip it from there because I have a little more confidence with my wedge than I do putting it up the terrain and stuff. But there's options on the course. You don't have to say, okay, I'm 40 yards out, I've got to hit this club. It's whatever club you're hitting, you're comfortable with. I've seen people hit a little, they call it a bump and run, where you hit like a 7-iron or 6-iron, just roll it up there with that. So just hit what you're confident with, whatever you think you're going to get the best score with, because golf is mostly confidence. So sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But
I need a little more right now.
All right, we'll see what happens. What?
Well, I can't even tell you what that was. I think it was something like an 8. It was not a good time for me on this one.
You know, that's a tough hole. I told you.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
This hole can jump and bite you. Myself, I hit it a little bit right into those trees and had to hit a little punch shot underneath. And you know, there again, I hit my second shot. I really knew I couldn't come at the green because of the trees and stuff, but I didn't get greedy. I played it up short. Luckily, I had a decent chip and made a good putt. So, I mean, I took the big numbers out of play just by playing safe and got away with it.
That's a good point. That at any point in the process, you can make a decision that will help you recover.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to go all the way downhill like mine
just
did.
keep your ball in play. You know, once you try to get greedy and you hit a shot that your ball's way off somewhere, then you're adding strokes, you're losing golf balls, you're getting frustrated. Just keep it in play and keep working at it, and then eventually it'll go into the hole, hopefully.
Hopefully. This is number 10 at the Medalist in Marshall. We're off to number 11 here at WBCKFM.com. Here we are on our private tour at the Medalist Golf Club. Richard Pyatt with Lowell Weaver. This is number 11. This is the 11th tee at the Medalist, and I think when we started at 10, Lowell said 10 and 11 together are going to be a couple of tough holes, maybe some of the toughest you'd find around. Now you can see why.
Yeah, I think 10 and 11 are the two toughest back-to-back holes you'll find anywhere, not just in the area, but anywhere.
Okay.
So, these two holes are really tough. You know, you've always heard that, you know, people say, you know, the worst day on a golf course is better than working. Well, when you play these couple holes, you're kind of wondering, is that really true? So we'll do our best now. Yeah, it's a tough par 4. As you can see from the blue tees, you got to carry it about 180 yards just to find land. Then once you get there, you've got an uphill shot to the green, and it's a 3-tiered green as well. So we'll have some fun on this hole, I think.
Yeah. So in my case, this is blue. I'm going from, that's white, I think, right?
Yep.
So even then, there's still a fair amount of distance over the beautiful landscape to get to the other side.
Yeah, you'll have about 130 yards. You know, from back here, I really don't have too many choices. You got driver, maybe 3-wood, but most people, you know, that's about all you got. You can't, you know, I talked about playing it safe on some holes.
Yep.
Not a lot of options on this one.
You've got to hit it.
Yep. You got swamp to the right. You've got woods to the left. That hill can kind of kill it a little bit for you sometimes. If you hit into the hill, it'll stop it. So, really, just want to hit it the 150 posts and pray.
All right, let's go for it. Well, it's probably a better odd of me winning the Powerball than getting all the way over that, but certainly had to try. Yep. And I did stay a little to the left around here, but it's just not the right spot. So here we are in the drop area.
Now you know why we call it so tough. The thing I forgot to mention on the tee is actually this hole was ranked as one of the 18 toughest holes in the state of Michigan. So you're not the only guy that's ever hit something in there. But
I'm glad he didn't tell me that.
The good news though is that what we do is, so if you don't clear it, you don't have to stand there and keep hitting ball after ball after ball. We do have a drop area. So once you hit your first shot and you kiss your golf ball goodbye, you walk up here and then you get the drop and you can hit from here. So as you can see from here on out, it's just a simple, easy, nothing hole. But yeah, I'm joking.
Yep.
Uphill, a couple tiers. We still got about 220 to the green from here, so it's still a tough hole. But at least now you've got the first shot out of the way, and you know, you can just hit it up the fairway.
All right, so we will try that. So, like you said on the last hole, sometimes the putt makes you feel better about the way things went. For me, that ended up being a 7. Not the greatest, but that putt makes you feel better at the end.
Yeah, you made a nice putt there. I'm going to have the superintendent come out and make a new hole because it's kind of oblong now. But you know what? It doesn't matter how. It's, you know, it went in. I was a little scared because that's why I hit mine short, because I was just worried about.
Well. Right, I may have damaged the circumference there.
That was a really nice putt. You hit it from the fringe too, which is that's a great putt to knock that in.
Thank you. Well, there had to be something out of this on one of the toughest holes in Michigan, right?
Yeah, it's toughest hole, and you know, a 7 on this hole is a lot less than a lot of people get. I got a par, and I mean, if I walk out of this, you know, I went par on 10, 11,
Yep.
and I just want to go get some drinks now.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can go par on 10, 11 every day, I feel like I've gained at least 1 or 2 strokes off most of the rounds.
Well, we could order one from the carts.
That's true.
Which we've told you before.
Yeah, we can
They'll bring it to you.
Yeah, they'll bring it out to us. Maybe we'll do that for the next tee.
Yeah, perfect. You could see what Lowell's talking about here, though, with this shot, and you can't make any mistakes here because you'll end up in the back in the bunker, or it'll roll off the green, and you'll have more work to do.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, the Medalist Private Tour on WBCKFM.com. We're off to number 12.